Hello and good evening wherever you're watching OGTV, the People's Telly. This is Engineering and You. And in case you're just watching this program for the very first time, Engineering and You is an opportunity for us to x-ray the engineering field, science and engineering field, as a matter of fact, the past, the present, and the future. It also affords us the opportunity of young Nigerians that are watching to know what this field has to offer them and make the right choices. And this program is segmented. We have the question and answer session. We have the guests who is already in the studio, and you'll have the opportunity of asking questions and talking to us. But first, before you ask your question, we would like to ask our own question, and that is what I'll be reading out to you in a matter of very, very short time. This segment of the question and answer session is sponsored by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shillon, FNSE, and the question for today is a very simple one, and I'm sure you would have answers to them. The question before we go on this very short break is, what is the reciprocal of tangent? What is the reciprocal of tangent? If you know that, just put a call through on the number that will be showing on your screen very soon, and you'll be able to answer our question and get our gift. The question once again is on your screen: what is the reciprocal of tangent? So very soon, let's take this short break, and when we return, I will be telling you who our guest is, reading his profile to you, and we'll get started. Don't go away. Glad to have you back on Engineering and You today. My guest today is Engineer Mutiu Omoniyi Odesonya, FNSE. He was born on the 29th of April 1959 in Abeokuta. He had his primary education at Ansarudeen Primary School in Abeokuta. Between 1965 and 1971, he attended Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta, for his secondary education. Between 1973 and 1977, he went to Ogun State Polytechnic, now Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Abeokuta. Between 1979 and 1983, he attended India Institute of Technology in India in 2009 for his postgraduate course in small hydropower. Master's degree in Information Technology from the National Open University of Nigeria, and he joined Ogun River Basin Development Authority in 1985 and rose through the ranks and attained the post of Executive Director. First, he was Executive Director Engineering and later Executive Director Planning and Design before he retired in April 2019. He is a renewable energy expert and with special interest in small hydropower, solar power, and having participated in the preparation of National Master Plan on Renewable Energy Master Plan in Nigeria. My guest is presently the Managing Director of an engineering consulting firm based in Abeokuta. So join me as I welcome Engineer Mutiu Omoniyi Odesonya. Welcome to Engineering and You today, sir.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Now, of all the engineering engineering fields that you could have gone to, you decided to specialize in renewable energy. Why that choice?
Well, ab initio, I actually studied electrical engineering, and because I worked in the water sector throughout my life, I had the opportunity to work with UNIDO, and UNIDO actually sponsored me to one of the 3 universities in India. We have 3 institutes of technology in India, one of them, and I had the privilege to go into renewable energy, specifically small hydropower.
Okay.
And by the time we were going, we discovered that we had a lot of shortage of power in Nigeria. And we cannot just continue. We have gas, we have this, we have that. And the interest then was, how can you quickly deploy what you have to get what we want? And I was able to have 3 of us in Nigeria that were sent to India, and I had the privilege to have toured a lot of sites in India. And sincerely speaking, it was very, very interesting going through renewable energy, especially small hydropower.
Okay, let's talk about renewable energy a little bit before we go ahead to small hydropower. Renewable energy comprises of so many things that we have in abundance in Nigeria. For the sake of education, what are those things that comprises the source of renewable energy?
Well, you have renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy, we have the solar, we have hydro, we have biomass, we have geothermal, and all the rest. What that one is telling us that when you can replace the usage quickly by natural means, whereas if you have gas, you may not be able to replace gas quickly by natural means. When you have sunlight, immediately it is around 5, 6 o'clock. The following morning, you have sunlight again. You can replace it. You have hydropower. During the rainy season, naturally, you have water flowing. So these are the issues. Naturally, we can replace them, the usage, quickly, naturally.
Any environmental impacts?
Well, for any engineering project, of course, you have environmental impact.
Or should I say, is it as much as non-renewable energy when you generate power?
Of course. For example, let's look at the small hydropower generally. Water will flow naturally, and water carries that power. If you don't use it, it will just go. Whereas, if you just put some machines, you can utilize the power inside that water, and water will still flow. So, for example, we have some dams here and there. By the time you make them to be running as power projects, instead of them destroying the environment, you can conserve it, use it for power production, and everybody enjoys it. Whereas, if you just leave them, you just go. Sun will just be there. We have it in abundance. If you don't use it, God is not complaining. By 5 or 6 in the evening, you have darkness. The second day comes up again. So the thing is, you continue to use it. What you have, you use. It is God-given, and you must put them into use.
Okay. To our viewers, you can join us on this conversation. The phone lines will be on your screen, and answer our question. And you can also have the opportunity of asking my guest, Engineer Odesonya, any question that you want to ask him on renewable energy, particularly on hydro power energy. Now, I want to ask, now we have this challenge in Nigeria, which is the challenge of power. It is obvious, even the young child knows that power situation in Nigeria is a challenge, a big one. Yet, we have a source in the renewable energy, but we are not using it. What happened? Why is this gap?
Well, it's a big question, but very, very small. It's the planning. God has given us something free of charge, and we cannot make use of them. We have so many rivers. Sun shines every day. We have wind. We are not making use of them. I always ask myself, where are we in this mess? I had the opportunity, at that time I went to India. India was generating about 45,000 megawatts from small hydropower. Now, China has the 3 George Dam. It's about the highest generating plant in the world. Because they have water all year round. We have it too. We are blessed. Why are we not using them? We have dams. We have rivers everywhere. Sun shines everywhere. Not until recently that we started having these special projects on solar systems. Sometimes the federal government was just trying to come up with generating 10 megawatts, 2 megawatts on solar systems. We could have it. We have the manpower. We have everything it takes. Why we are not using this? Just we don't have the political power. We continue to spend on non-renewable energies. After some time, oil will finish. Oil rigs will dry up. We won't have gas. We must come back home. That is the natural thing. God has given us in. In the north we have some. Here we have so many rivers. Why are we not using them? For God's sake.
You were part of the National Master Plan on Renewable Energy some time ago. And what did this give birth to right now?
Well, it was an eye-opener then, because everybody was just doing everything haphazardly. And the master plan actually led to so many other events, so many other issues. One of it is that government taking up solar systems now as a policy. What we are now saying now is that every home should have solar systems. I've been using solar systems in my house since 2008. Before I retired, I installed solar systems since 2007. I'm still in use.
We can't, okay, we say every home should have a solar system, which is a good idea. But how economical? How economical are these solar systems how affordable?
Well, the economics is such that the more we are into it, the lower the price becomes. If you are running away, I'm running away, it will go up. But what I'm now saying is that local production of this material should be the aim thing of the government should be doing right now. The government must go into assist individuals to go into local production of these materials, especially the modules. It is not a serious engineering thing. Serious production of that is not so serious. All our industries, government must encourage people to go into local production of this thing. And these are the things that those things will bring the prices down. So by the time you have the prices coming down, myself and you, it becomes affordable. It becomes affordable, and everybody can have it. Consider what you buy on your petrol every day now. Each home spends nothing less than 1,000 naira on petrol. How many homes in Abeokuta, for example? Aggregate all these things. By the time you look at this thing, you look at your pocket. You are spending, individuals are spending nothing less than 30,000 naira every month, multiplied by 12. That's a lot of money. You could get small solar systems that will power your phone, fan, and possibly your TV set. You start from there. I started from there, now graduated into using AC with my solar system. I go to my office, it's there. Go to my house, you find it there.
All right, we are still on the program Engineering and You, and we'd like to say that there is a question segment of the program, and we are in there right now. I had earlier on in the program read out the question to you, and the question is, what is the reciprocal of tangent? What is the reciprocal of tangent? And this segment is proudly sponsored, let me use that word, proudly sponsored by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shillon, FNSE. And please join us, do join us. The numbers are already on your screen. Make the call if you know the answer and you have the prize for it, while we continue engaging with our guests on the program, Engineer Odesanya. Engineer Odesanya, you spoke about local production of these hydropower system. Now, how many of our solar system, how many of our institutions, tertiary institutions in this country have the wherewithal, or do we have the manpower itself in the first place to start the production?
Well, it's a matter of bringing out enough policies, political will to do certain things. I remember some time ago, there's Naseni, it's a parastatal under Federal Ministry of Science. They have produced a turbine. I've seen it. In fact, I've participated in so many studies. One is here in Abeokuta, throughout the country, and Aseni then was ready to give us turbine. People are making researches, but the question now is, when they make research, it stays on the shelf. People must come out. Those of us, people that has money, must come out.
All right, we have a call. Isaac from Abeokuta. Isaac, good evening. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Isaac. Okay, Isaac, if you are hearing us, you can still keep on getting through to us. We will appreciate your call. So you can
So we must improve on R&D, research and development. It is the key thing. Government must encourage all these companies. Some of them pay petroleum tax, they pay this tax, they pay this tax. You can have R&D tax so that all this, when you aggregate all this money, can go into all these researches. Go to institutions. You have so many projects. You must come and domesticate all these projects. People, our industries, people that have the money must be interested in all these things. It's not magic. People must be interested. Government must encourage them. You know, we started doing repairing road by special tax now. In lieu of tax, we say it come. Government can start doing that. For God's sake, we must start doing certain things now. We can't continue like this, for God's sake. Yes, the hydropower is a big thing, but not so big. The small hydropower, 5 kilowatts. Sometimes in Bini, there's a local person that actually produced a turbine. I was able to see it, 5 kilowatts. I don't know what the situation we have with that project now.
How much megawatts of power? Okay, we have another caller on the line. Akinola from Obada. Akinola, good evening. Hello, Akinola, can you hear us? Hello, Akinola. Please speak a little bit louder. Let us hear you. Okay, I think there's something. I think we lost Akinola there. Please keep trying us as we and continue to engage with Engineer Odesanya. Remember, the question and answer segment is on the bill of Prince Engineer James Shillong, FNSE, and he is really wanting someone to win the prize for this quiz of today. So please, if you know the answer, please don't hesitate, pick up your phone and let us have it. So we are talking about the contribution of hydropower to
the government, individuals, government encourage for R&D, research and development, where individuals can go to institutions, find out their projects. People should sponsor and produce their prototypes, and from there we can develop. All these things we are talking about. China started from all these issues.
All right. Olanrewaju from Abeokuta. Olanrewaju, good evening. Hear you. Hello, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yes. Olanrewaju, continue.
This is Olanrewaju from Abeokuta.
Please go ahead. All right. Now, let me say this as we begin to coast home. Some young Nigerians are watching this program right now,
Yep.
and they want to go into the field of science and engineering, and they would like to go into something about renewable energy. What are the criteria? What are the things they need to put in place? What is the prospect?
Well, the prospect is very, very high. It's very, very good. After the secondary schools, you go to tertiary education. You have your tertiary education either to university or polytechnic, depending on your interests. And from there, First of all, you must have the basics, which is engineering, either first degree, either electrical engineering, so many. You can go for civil, you can go for electrical, mechanical. From there, you know, for example, hydropower is a multidisciplinary. You have the civil, you have the electrical, because you must dam the water, you must stop the water. You have a pool of water, you have your machines, which is mechanical. From there, you have electrical. So it's a multidisciplinary. It's a very good profession now. It's a profession for now and the future. I will encourage anybody, go to university, go to polytechnic, study engineering. From there, you pick interest.
All right. All right. How time flies when you are having fun. Let me use that word. And we'll have to round off now. Now, for the question that we asked for the day, the answer is cotangent. What is the reciprocal of tangent? The answer is cotangent. And the question for the week is, who invented the spinning cup anemometer and what year? Spinning cup anemometer and what year? You can get the answers to us on our various social media handles, social media platforms, and we would get the gifts and answers to you. Now we have to round off now. Thank you so much for joining us. Engineering and You comes back to your viewing pleasure next week, same time, same station. Until then, my name is Tunde Olaniran saying bye-bye.